know. I got a big job.
Yeah.
Scott, this is a big deal, national C getting to host in front of your home fans. Just what's this moment like for you and your program?
Well, I'm really happy for the guys. They put in a lot of work, and it didn't start just at the beginning of this year. They put an incredible amount of work during the summer. They committed at a high level, and of course now, that work isn't done in one or two games. It's done in a season. And now they've been rewarded with this incredible opportunity. So I'm really excited for them. I'm excited for our program, and I can't wait for us to play on Sunday.
What are your thoughts on that potential Sunday matchup, Vermont or Rider? What do you know about that?
I don't know a lot. They're obviously very good teams because they wouldn't be in this bracket, and so what we'll do is what we've done all season, which is we're going to watch a lot of video. We're going to prepare for both teams. We have no idea who we're going to face. But we'll make sure that we're really clear on each team what we're going to need to do to win the game.
How beneficial is it to have that bye and knowing that the team you're going to have to play already played the game?
I think it's critical. I think it just puts you in a different position to not have to travel, to not have to play on that Thursday and then turn around and travel and have to play on Sunday. I think our team in particular needed some time, and so I think by the time we get to Sunday, we're going to have the right level of energy, we're going to have the right level of preparation, and we're going to show up there really excited to play. I think that's going to be important, and part of that is the bye.
Was there any anxiety coming in today just regarding where you were going to be seated, or?
Yeah, there's the unknown, and so we didn't know. There were some results. We're always watching the RPI and whether you're going up or you're going down, and who's kind of moving up, and you never know what the committee is going to decide because that's all stuff that is beyond your control. And so I was hopeful that we'd end up right around where we did, and so the RPI and some of our opponents, especially that first quad, some of the kind of higher RPI opponents that we played, I think that helped us to get a seed for sure.
The season didn't end the way you wanted it to. What do you hope your team took from the way those matches went and the rest that you had as well?
Yeah, I think we can learn from those last matches, and I think there's some things that we can do better, and we're of course going to address those in training. We're going to address those through video, and we're going to learn those lessons so that when we arrive to the next game, now we have time to train, now we have time to actually look at the video. We'll arrive prepared to make sure that those things don't hurt us in the way that they have in those last few games. And then the rest is just about getting the right energy and being really excited to play. Because we were on a period where it was a game, 4 days rest max, sometimes only 3, and then you're playing another game, and we probably did that for 2-3 weeks. And we don't have a big rotation. That's not really the way we play. We play more on rhythm and the ability of players to kind of know how to play together. So a lot of substitution doesn't happen in our teams. So I think this will really help us.
This isn't your first appearance in the NCAA tournament. You've made a bunch in the past. What have you learned from those past trips to the tournament, and what are you taking away from it going into this one?
I think, the past trips in the tournament, we have had success. You've got to be smart, right? So sometimes with tournament games, these knockout games, it's a mistake that costs you. So without changing the way you play, you've got to also be smart and to not concede the easy goal, to be really difficult to beat. And I think knockout games are like that, where sometimes it's not decided by who's the better team, who's on top of the other team. It's a mistake, and so we've got to be really smart in terms of how we play, especially how we start games.
How did your schedule prepare you for this NCAA tournament? There's a lot of names on that list.
Oh yeah. I think it's two things. We understand the standard and the speed of play and the level now that we're in this last 48, because we've played a lot of teams that are in this last 48. So we understand that, and then the confidence of having played so many teams in the tournament. I think there's a belief in the team that we know we can compete with and get results against any of the teams that are in this tournament.
What's the benefit of getting a familiar face in your bracket, West Virginia being the 5 seed?
Well, we know how they play. We've seen them so many times. On the other side of that, they know how we play. They know who our players are. But I think that familiarity means that if that is who we end up playing against, because it's the NCAA tournament and you just don't know how things are going to go, we'll be prepared like pretty quickly to understand what we have to do in that game.
This team has been number 1 this season. What will it take to win a national championship?
Oh wow. I was fortunate. I was part of the national championship team a little while ago. I think it was 2001 with Chapel Hill. You need a couple bounces, and that did happen. And then you need so much belief, and you can't give things away. So you legitimately have to have the ability to not gift. You can't give things to your opponent, and you have to be solid. And I think we can do that. And then you just never know what's going to happen.
You mentioned earlier about all the successful teams that you've had in the NCAA tournament. Would you say that this particular team has something different? Like, what's different about this team compared to the teams of the past?
I think where this team has excelled is that this team is solid. It's resilient. We don't concede a lot of chances. We haven't conceded that many easy chances, and so I think that's where we are. That's probably the unique strength of this group is this resiliency.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.